Okay, so we're going to do an overview of what it is you should be doing when you first get the machine and how to install it. So first off, this is the burner. This is the burn machine. This is the drive side of the burn machine. So this is the input end because it has the red rollers on it. The red rollers are only used for thin millwork, and that's going to be coming in from this end and going out the other end. So at the end where the rollers are, the drive system is to the left. On each one of the turning stations, I'll back up on this guy just a little bit, the drive system is also on the left. Both turners have the drive on the left. So the first thing you want to do is place the burner in the center of your production area, your center lengthwise, approximately. Second thing you're going to want to do is place the free conveyor in front of the burner. So that right in this area here, you'll have the free conveyor. This is a free conveyor right here. There's two of them, one for the inlet and one for the outlet. The third thing you're going to want to do is then place the turn machine beyond that free conveyor. Now, later on, you might want to change this because you're only doing thin boards for now, or you're going to be doing timbers on occasion. So you can move the turn machine to one side or the other so that you don't take up as much floor space until you need it. That's just fine. But what you're going to want to do is make sure that the center line of this roller and the other roller and of the free conveyor and of the turner is all in line with one another. They want to be lined up pretty good. If they're skewed by very much, the board as it goes through, it kind of goes through in a crabbing fashion. And for most boards, it won't be any problem at all. But when you get to be the very largest of boards, it will be very tight getting into the burner itself. So next, after they're all three in line and all the rollers are centered, you want to level it. Level on the roller so it's leveled left to right. Each foot, each leg of the burner has a leveling foot. It's adjusted with a 3/4 inch wrench. It has a lock nut. So the burner has 6. Level all 4 corners and then tighten up the one in the center so it's taking a load. All the others have just 4. They're not as heavy. The burn machine itself weighs close to 3,800 pounds. A turner weighs about 900 to 1,000. Free conveyors are only 150 pounds. Okay? So all of the centers are at the same height. At that point, you're ready to apply power. Now, right now, this controller here has got a power cord. It's plugged into 220 single phase. We're going to cut that off right here so that your electrician knows where to connect that to. Ours is just going to a electrical outlet over here at the wall. This green guy right here. And it is a standard 220 single phase with ground plug. So it's important that that line has 220 single phase with ground. We will be installing, we have wiring schematics for all 3 control enclosures. So we have the full schematic of all 3 enclosures right here. We will provide a copy of those inside the control enclosures, no problem. Also, obviously, we have electronic files of that as well. Once the power is applied, one of the very first operations you're going to want to do after you turn the power on, Power will come on. You come over to the HMIs. You're going to want to go to millwork. You're going to put the height at 4 inches. Go to height of 4 inches. Stop. Because we're going to put in boards like this down through the center of the machine with some cardboard underneath it, so that in shipping, the burner heads themselves will be resting on a board with some cardboard in between, so that the refractory material, which is kind of friable, doesn't get all beat up in shipping. So the very first thing you're going to want to do after you power it up is raise those up so that you can take the packing material out. You can do that by turning on the conveyor left or right and let it come out of there, and make sure that it's all out before you do anything else. So it's important that the very first operation that you do is to go ahead and connect your 220, raise the burners, pull out the packing material. After you do that, before you hook up the gas, the propane, I would highly recommend that you go through the various operations so that you can turn it on, turn it off. I mean, it won't burn, which is fine, but you can touch all the screens, raise and lower, make the conveyor go left or right, start it, stop it, go into the timber works, go through all the items on the touchpad, go through recovery to see how it resets, look at your e-stop functions. I mean, there aren't that many, but you should familiarize yourself with it completely before you go through and connect your propane. When you're ready and you're comfortable, go ahead and connect up the propane. You're going to need a bigger tank than this. This tank is not sufficient. We can only run for a short period of time, and because the propane flashes off, what it does is it gets all frosty down at the bottom, and it doesn't provide enough gas, so you need a bigger tank. But you knew that anyway. So it gets connected down here, and at that point you're ready to go. Just go ahead and fire it up with propane and run some boards.